Yeah, sorry, Ukachukwu, you were talking about children and witchcraft. So can you please highlight more on that?
Why?
About what this lady is doing. Can you just tell the viewers or the public and what she's on about?
Yeah, Abdul, you know where we come from. This is the Western society. Okay. There are things that we do that they don't believe in or they won't take serious. But I'm happy the viewers I'm talking to will understand, where I'm heading to. Because in the course of working with this lady, I happened to understudy her and saw a lot of things she was involved in. I went with her to some places. She took me along, for instance, she normally goes to the ocean at the Donna Beach. I took pictures.
So you went with her to some places?
Yeah, of course.
That's in Dublin.
Yeah, in Dublin. Yeah.
So when you traveled as well, which places did you go?
She took me to different places, shrines, and places they involved in their witchcraft and sorcery. And being an inquisitive and curious person, I want to see those kind of things because I haven't really witnessed that before. So I got all the informations and and the things that were involved. And Abdul, I said, look, I have to inform the public about the involvement of this lady because she is doing the public things and with children. You understand what I mean?
Yes, I know.
So this is not healthy for our kids here. So I feel she is indirectly initiating children here. Some people may not understand
you
it.
Feel, but you are not sure. Do you have facts?
The facts I have is because of who I am. I'm the son of Yahweh. I know you're a Muslim, but I'm very firm in my faith. I know who I am. I know the God I serve because I told her this is very bad, and I want you to leave this kind of craft, sorcery and witchcraft, or else I'm going to expose you because this is detrimental for the public. You are not working, but if I tell you this lady is thinkingly rich, but that's not the issue. What I am concerned is the public. She, at the moment, is running a kids program, and I'm afraid for these children.
But if you say you're afraid, how do you think witchcraft has got something to do with the kids? How is that possible? I mean, we're in a Western world for God's sake.
Exactly.
How is that possible? How do you think she'll be able to infect them with her witchcraft? How is that possible?
Because I feel the kids are indirectly initiated, and not only that, this same person has turned to go to.
When you say indirectly, how indirectly are you talking about? I mean, how indirectly?
This is a spiritual thing. It is not a physical thing. It is not a law court thing. You bring documents, but people who are spiritual do understand what I'm talking about. Like this lady has threatened me before I decided to go public. She's been threatening me and said she's going to kill me. I told her she's not going to do anything because she is powerless when I am involved.
What baffles me, viewers, all I'm worried about is all these days, okay, you never said anything to me, but I know you were being careful. There was a time I remember, if I could recall, I was in the office then with the secretary, and you called in and you said to me, did this lady call? And I said, who? And you mentioned her, and for the fact that I've seen you with her on a couple of occasions, and I asked you, why are you so worried? I said, yeah, she called in, but she asked for you, and I said to her, well, you're not in, you've popped out, and I did ask her, I remember I did ask her if that's the lady you're talking about. I did ask her, why didn't she call you? She said, yeah, you called, that she called you, but you told her that you're not in, but I was surprised that she came in. But immediately you called me, on that fateful day, and I said to you, yeah, this lady called looking for you, and what you first asked me, if I could recall, you said, did she go into your office? And I said no. Why would I even allow her to go into your office? Because you're not in. But I remember very well, vividly, that she was standing by the corridor, and I had to stand up from my seat to attend to her, to ask her, well, you're not in. So could you just move on with that?
Yeah, Abdul, why? Yes, I still insist on exposing her because this lady has been threatening me. Not only that, because I barred her from coming into this office. I barred her from coming to me. I told her unless she change and stop this witchcraft and come out of it, especially in a negative way, which is really very bad, that I'm going to expose her. And you know, she's been sending agents to come.
How is she sending the agents?
Of course, one just recently came on and told me
who's that?
One lady, if you watched very well, we uploaded a recent video of a lady, very fair. She said she's opening up a church on December 13th. Abdul, December 13th has come and gone. She never opened the church.
And she did not. She didn't get back to you.
Of course, she didn't. She came and was talking a lot of bullshit, bringing up that lady's issue. And I said, what concerns you? I thought you want us to do a business with.
Oh, she brought up the topic.
She tried, you know,
right,
because
okay.
she's not the first. There
Right.
have been some other people, you know, who have been looking for a way to have contact with me. You know, this is a spiritual thing because she has been bragging that she's going to bring AfricaWorld down, bring me down. If we ever publish that, if we ever expose her. But you know, the public need to know because this is not healthy for the public. And recently I discovered that she's going about in functions taking people's pictures, and I'm sure that these pictures are going beyond online. These pictures.
Do you think witchcraft, pictures have something, witchcraft will be able to do something with people's picture?
This is not only, she practices not only witchcraft. Abdul, this lady will be in this office, and when people come in, she will start telling them about their life one way or the other. This was how initially she presented herself to me as a woman of God, and you know, I fell for that until I discovered that she is fake, she is devilish, and that her powers.
Has she got a church here?
No, she doesn't have a church, but her own church is
she attends a church,
her own church is in Donabit. Donabit, what do you call that?
Donabit?
Donabit River, yeah.
Right.
She went there, she goes there steady.
Have you been
many
to
times
Donabit?
with her, yeah. With her, the first time I went to that
Surprising.
was with her. I stayed, I took her pictures
when you went with her, what happened? Just give us some highlights on what happened.
She throws stuff into the ocean and recants, you know, chants incantations and things like this. There are more revelations to this, but you know, for the sake of where we are, you know, I may not be able to say all, but I'm going to expose this in a book that I'm going to write because this is really an encounter with the underworld.
Can I just cut you out there, please, Mr. Okorie?
Yeah.
Are you saying that witchcraft is being practiced in Ireland, or rather might soon take precedence? Is that what you're trying to tell the public?
You've seen that, my brother. This is what it's happening. This lady actually, there are many like her going about bringing people down in this country.
How is that possible? How will they be able
to? This is a spiritual
thing. Well, I know it's a spiritual realm.
Yeah.
What will be. If you're successful, if you're going to be successful, you will be successful. No one is going to.
Definitely. But you have to alert the public. You know, many people are vulnerable to these things. Like I told you, many are under her spell.
Just to ask again, how many kids is she actually looking after?
There are many kids.
What organizations are we talking about?
This is a kids.
What's it called?
Program. It's called something variety something. You know.
Right.
So it's a kids program. So I even assisted her to register that.
So it's registered, yeah?
Of course.
Right.
You know these people how they operate.
But just viewers, just to say again, Mr. Ukachukwu Okorie has now given us trying to highlight to the public of a particular lady that is performing witchcraft and she's initiating kids in this country, and
Parents need
to be aware.
Yeah.
And what are your recommendations and advice now? I mean, what do you have to tell the general public?
Well, that's why
what you have to tell the government?
Because
we have child rights in this country, and we also have women aid as well.
But I don't think Ireland has a law to that. But I'm speaking directly to parents. To be aware of the goings on in this country. Some people are running programs, kiddies program. Doing shows, talent, something for children. They say catch them young, and you know what? Before you know it, kids will grow up becoming agents of the underworld, devilish agents, and this is what I'm trying to avoid. And not only that, like I said, this same person.
You said she's married. That's right.
Yeah.
So have you tried to approach the husband?
The husband is under her spell. And not only the husband, there are many other people.
How do you know the husband is under her spell? Have you?
Because she manipulates the husband. She manipulates the husband to her whims. Of course, I met the husband. She manipulates the husband to her whims and caprices. And this is a very satanic. Is a satanic art. I know what I have encountered.
And she's got kids for him, for this same man.
Yeah, she has kids for this man. She has a kid for another man, the first kid, and that man, she denied him access to the kids. But I don't want to go into family issues. Yeah. My problem is that she's dealing with the kids. Parents need to be aware about who is dealing with their children and protect their children very well. And the public need to know who is taking their pictures, because these things, I had a close encounter with her. And as I'm talking to you, there have been threats. Not only threats.
Threatening you.
Threatening me, my life, spiritually, physically, and otherwise.
Did you try to report the issue to the guys?
The guy, we are privy the other day that our office was broken into, our cameras, stolen computers, damaged, and all sorts.
Yeah.
I have to protect my self.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. Self-preservation is the first law of nature.
Right.
But this is more or less a spiritual battle because she cannot do me anything. She's just only a woman. She tried, threatened, thought she can instill fear into me, but I cannot budge to that.
Yeah, but my question is here again is, why do you think she's threatening you? I mean,
because I told her that I'm going to expose her.
You told her personally?
Yeah, I told her if she doesn't stop this witchcraft and devilish thing she's doing against people, sections in the public, and trying to use this to rise, gain fame, that I am going to expose her. And she said she's going to kill me. I said, you cannot kill me. You cannot do anything because she has tried certain things.
Just to say again, you were saying that you have some facts. What kind of facts do you have?
Facts is that I went to.
What sort of facts?
I went to places with her. I took pictures of her in Donabit.
And you have those pictures?
I posted some of the pictures.
You have the pictures with you?
Online, of course. These pictures, the public will even know who I am talking. Especially those living in Dublin. They will know because they've seen us promote her stuff. They've seen her with me.
How old is she?
She should be in her 20s.
She's in her late 20s.
Late 20s,
late 20s, right. Okay, do you have anything more to say to this, say kind of recommendations and advice?
I just want parents to be aware, not to release their children just like that to people because a lot of things are happening in this town. There are agents of the underworld and devil trying to bring people down, and everyone. She is one of them.
Right. Viewers, as you must have heard from the editor-in-chief, Mr. Ukachukwu Okorie, is sort of calling on the public to please be aware of such ladies, such people trying to bring people's luck down. And if he has more to say, he'll be able to highlight more on that. So Ukachukwu, could you please just round up this topic and tell the viewers what you feel is necessary? It's more especially the parents on what to do, especially when it comes to letting out their kids to go to enroll them into such kind of organizations.
Yeah, like I've said it, the parents need to be careful, although this is more or less a spiritual thing, it is not a physical thing.
Right. It's not a physical
It's not a physical thing, you know, but the people I'm talking to understand, you know what I mean. If you're
more especially people from the African background.
Of course, yeah.
Origin.
Of course, yeah. You know where we come from. You know who we are. You know, like personally, I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, and I believe because He works for me. If He doesn't work for me, I will not believe. So some people might not believe. It is up to them. So I'm very strong. Nobody can do me anything. Like I decided to expose this lady because I warned her that look, I'm going to expose her if she doesn't stop this witchcraft, and if she continues to deal with this public, because I know that the pictures she's taking them to the underworld, and if at all she ventures again to doing a kiddies program, the kids are not safe. So this is why we are doing.
Well, in a sense, again, don't you think that the public will feel that you are being anti-feminist?
No. Here is Abdul. You and I know that we have always encouraged feminism. We want women to stand up for their rights.
That's right.
You know,
more especially if you want to highlight on the recent
Olabomi case. Of course, you know we stood out for Olabomi. We broke the story worldwide, and we stand against anybody, you know, who wants to bring people down, especially women.
So anyway, viewers, here we come to the end of today's program. So, Mr. Ukachukwu, thank you very much for the highlights.
Thank you for listening to me.
Thanks, viewers. Bye.